In this chapter, we learn about while loop. Okay, so this is the while loop. This is like a condition here. While condition code block needs to be executed here. So this condition can be anything. The condition can be like x less than y or x less than 10, something like the condition that returns 0 or 1. This while loop will execute this block. This code block will be executed and it will check for this condition until, so this is like 1, 2 and so this is like it will check for the condition and it executes code block if the condition returns true. It's a true. So until this condition becomes false, this will be executed and it check for the condition. So this will go on as long as the condition proves to be false. So once this false, this comes end of this while loop when this condition proves to be false. Say for example, if the condition is x less than 10, it executes as long as x is less than 10. Once x become greater than or equal to 10, so this while loop exits and continues with next code. Yeah. So this is the example. This is how while loop works. So this is the example where you can see initially the int I is equal to 0, then while loop I is less than 5. Here we are trying to printf percentage high, comma I plus plus. So as long as I is less than 5, first initially I becomes 0. This I becomes 0. It comes and prints I becomes 0. It checks, okay, condition is true. It comes and prints I with the slash in here. That means it gives 1. Next line here. So the cursor now comes to here, increases I to 1, I becomes 1 here. So it goes back and checks in the condition again. Now I is less than 5, yes, so it prints. It go and print till 4. Okay, it prints 4 here, then comes and increment it to 5. I is 5 now. It goes and check I is less than 5. No, I is already 5. I is not less than 5. I is equal to 5. So it fails here. So now the condition returns false here. Once it is false, it directly comes and exits the while loop for the 0. So that means it prints 5. It exits here and that completes the while loop. Yeah, and you can also observe it almost like a for loop where you need to initialize I outside the for loop, outside the while loop. So this is a for loop where I is equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus, and you can do whatever. So say printf percentage I. Okay, see here the I for loop, we do everything, the expression 1, 2 and 3 inside the in the parenthesis, for parenthesis, and we have printf. But in this while loop we are initializing first and then executing the while condition in the while loop, then we incrementing here. So we are splitting separately all the initialization, condition and the incrementing and printing it. So but this, you can see this for loop and this while loop is almost same. The only thing is we are doing initialization and increment outside the loop, but here we are everything we are doing here, but the sequence remains same. It checks first, initializes, then check for the condition, then increments. That is how it works here. So while and for loop almost same, almost serve the same purpose. There are some differences are there. Let's discuss in the next chapter. Okay, this is the one example of while loop where you print sequence of numbers, and we can have one more example here. So in this example you can see the countdown. This is a countdown example. So we are, as you can see in the output, we are decrementing 10 to 1 and we end up the while loop. So first we are doing countdown is equal to 0, then we are checking for that in the while loop, countdown greater than 0, we are checking, this is a condition, and in the inside the while loop we are printing the countdown here. Then we are decrementing countdown minus minus. So once we are done, we are ending the while loop. We have some printf here. So end of while loop we print here. So you can see, observe here, the countdown is equal to 0. We are initializing it. Then we are checking for the condition countdown is greater than 0 or not, because we are down counting. Okay. So first we initialize with 10 here. Countdown is equal to 10. We check countdown greater than 0. Yes, countdown is 10, is greater than 0. Then we print the countdown here. The countdown is printing 10. Then we are decrementing the countdown to 9. And we print like that 10, 9, 8, everything up to 10. Once the countdown becomes 0 here, it checks countdown is greater than 0. No countdown is 0. It comes and prints this end of while loop and it exit from the while loop. So we can print, as you can see in the output, 10 to 1 will be printed and it ends the while loop there. Thank you.